where? How about sorry, it just still looks really funny to see. Uh, uh, all right, well, let's go to river, I guess. River should be simple enough. Okay, so the river is now motionless. Oh, right. Yeah, no, I'm not at a place where I can test it. It's still very broken right now. So, uh, yeah, no, right, okay. Yeah, I should have seen that coming. Cause yeah, okay, so I've gotten rid of all the references to ESPF. Oh, you know what I haven't done yet though is you know what I lost is ESP index. How does this work? ESP index mid near ground index 0. I have to be setting this to equal to the integer version of the rounded version of SL pos f. Oh, whoops! And these are supposed to be indexed. SL pos f index 0, SL pos f index 0. Oh, and these are supposed to be indexed as 1. Wow, I did a lot of wrong things here. This is supposed to be SL pos. Whoops! These are supposed to be SL pos f index 1. Right, and so then so ESPN mid near ground equals the rounded version of SL pos f index 0. And then so down here we say ESP mid near ground, actually it's mid near ground next, index 0 is the integer version of the rounded version of SL pos f index 1. All right. Excuse me. So let's go down to so now let's go back to where we were before, because now we can like change some stuff. Oh, oops, not MGN, MNG. So all right, so now let's go down to wait, why are all these references to mid near ground? Oh, right, because I keep thinking I have to scroll way down because like these sections here, like these chunks here used to be like way wider and like longer and stuff, but nope, like we're already here. This is the mid near ground section. um, oh, and 1.5 doesn't actually exist, so I can get rid of that comment too. And 1.5 is never going to exist. I really shouldn't be adding new layers to the environment. Although I guess I am kind of doing that if I had the precipitation stuff, I kind of am adding new layers to the environment. It's not good. It's not necessarily good. I should probably not. I don't know. I don't know what I'll do there. I do want to bring back the snow. Because I did like the snow. I might do like a slightly simplified version of the snow. Instead of doing like 2 layers of snowfall, I might just do like 1 layer of snowfall. Yeah, because when I was like adding in these layers like willy-nilly, like I wasn't even thinking that like, I don't know, I feel like the graphics are just really thin. They're just really like thin across the bottom of the screen. So I didn't even really think that I would be hitting like the maximum of like what Pygame can accomplish. I was like, I'm running this on like a good computer, and like Pygame, I guess Pygame was just never meant to like render especially much. Like it was just meant to render a very like small area apparently. It never occurred to them people might want to render like a slightly not small area at like high frame rate. I don't know, whatever. Uh, all right, so environment type 1, yes. So yeah, I might want to rewrite a lot of this stuff because it's going to be way simpler. Like this whole like CI SI business is going away, and like I think I'm gonna start by like rewriting it. I mean, like I won't delete what we have here. Um, but starting with this else case, I'm going to. Oh well, actually, first I'll rewrite. First I'll rewrite this case because this case will be actually easier to rewrite. Because now all we have to say is. Oh, it's not going to be blit end slide. I'm going to do a direct graphics split because this just is it's just done very differently. So graphics dot blit. What is it? So it'll be environment layers, mid near ground, ping, environment anim I, Uh, wait, really? Anim I? Oh yeah, yeah, right. Because we set anim I based on whether the environment is animated or not. Okay. Yes. And then where we blit it is much simpler. It's just ESP uh, index mid near ground. Oops, index ESP index mid near ground, and we only just use 0. We don't use the other frame. Oh, but we do have to. No, that is the position, and then the other position is 170, and that's actually all we have to do. Right, so we don't have to like loop over it. And then down here, okay, so we can say, okay, so we can keep this conditional of like if we're in this particular range, then basically we can just do this still. This is like the equivalent statement of that other thing. Actually, no, is this true? Yeah, no, this is, I think this is true. If the anchor layer is near ground and the environment phases are like so, then yeah, then wait, how does this work? Can I simplify this even further? It might be that I can simplify this even further. It might be that I can just like, no, I do still need to do the environment phase stuff. I just still need to be wary of environment phases. All right, so yeah, so then okay, so there's else if. So yeah, so we can bring up the else if, keep this the same, and then right. So then this first. Okay, so then this is where it gets weird. XBlit2. Okay. Wait, why is it just Oh, yeah, yeah, okay, right, because this is when we're in the clear, and we don't have to worry about the subletting. Alright, then, right, so then the rest of this is, I don't know why this is an if. Like, why is this an else if? Because, like, oh no, the fall through is that literally nothing blits, yeah, okay. So no, okay, so then we'll say, so we still need to figure out what xblit2 equals. So we'll say, oh, what is this? Oh, okay. Oh, xblit2 depends on, oh, okay, sure. xblit2 depends on which layer we're using as our anchor. And that stays the same. So if xblit2 is greater than gwidth, oh yeah, okay, so this is, so in this case, if, actually, I don't even want to special case this now that I think about it. I'm just gonna, right, because like this is, like this chunk down here, like this is where it gets a lot simpler. xblit2 is just a value that we can say. All right, so we'll do a little bit of math. We'll say, so we now know what xblit2 equals. Not that it matters, but I'm going to initialize it to 0. xblit2 equals 0, and then so we know what xblit2 equals, and then so what do we do here? We say, so right, okay, so what xblit2 represents is like, this is messy. Hold on, can I undo and make it less messy? Yeah, okay, so xblit2, so let's say with the river, like you reach the end of the river eventually, right? So let's say like this is the end of the river. But let's say like the way the slides are set up is, or like, okay, well let's say the way the slides are set up, let's say that's actually the way the slides are set up. Let's say the end of the river is like here. So if this is where if this is the xblit2 mark, then we actually want to stop rendering the river here. So we want to render this whole chunk of the river that like start from the start of the screen to the xblit2 mark. But like everything beyond it, everything over on this side, we don't want to render anymore because the river is supposed to end right here. So, right, so we're going to say, so our blit range is just going to be pretty simple. It's just going to be, yeah, we're just going to say graphics.blit, like, we're just going to do like this business like we were doing before. graphics.blit, environment layers, mid near ground, environment NMI, yeah, still the same image. The position starts the same, the height is still the same. What changes is that we are not blitting the entire image. We're stopping at xBlit2. So we're saying so we start at the upper corner 0 0 as per usual. That doesn't change. But then the width is going to be xBlit2 minus position. So xBlit2 minus the ESP MNG index 0. And then the other one is 150. Yeah. And I think that replaces literally all of this stuff. And so the reason that's important is that this is, so I haven't integrated the new stuff yet, but because like we don't do all like this extra crazy stuff, we like this should be a much simpler. This is like the one thing that we actually have to change now. Like the rest of it is simpler, and it'll be easier to change than like this crazy thing that we have down here. So I won't delete this yet. I'm just gonna make sure that this works, I guess. So let's save that, and then so let's oh yeah, okay, so let's change the environment. Let's what is it, the end of duration. Let's like crank the end of duration way down so that it'll just like change environments a lot faster. End of duration, so instead of 450, let's call it 45. I wonder what'll happen. Will the script run right now? Oh yeah, okay, so it's running, but it's going really fast, which is good. I actually wanted that to happen. So let's say, well, no, you know what? Oh, whoa. Wait, why are the name tags going so high? Oh, that's weird. I didn't mean for that to happen. I'll probably want to change that, because that's weird. Why do name tags fly off top of screen when end duration is shorter? I'll want to figure that out at some point. But okay, for now, actually, here let's stop this and say archery. But yeah, let's deactivate the special mode for just a moment. So we can watch this transition. I just want to make sure that the transition works. Whoa. Oh yeah. I deactivated archery, but I didn't deactivate the environment break. So environment break is going to be 1920, and the environment resume is going to be 1920, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. Actually, I can set the environment resume to like 1,000,000. That way it won't. Yeah, it won't bother. Because I guess it might try and blip things off screen. No, it's going to try and blip things off screen either way, so 1920 is fine. Okay. Alright, so run this, and okay, good. Well, yeah, it's going to teleport us away from the river, probably. Oh no, it keeps us in the river. Good. So let's say wander to the village. Excelsior. Oh, I shouldn't have done the village, because the village I know is partially broken. Oh look, we're also wandering from the river to the village down there. Alright, so in the near future, we're going a lot faster on the up here, so in the near future we should start transitioning to the village. Oh, the village was actually a really bad choice in a lot of different ways. Actually, I wonder if it's too late to change to oh wait, you know, I'll say go to river Excelsior, and then I'll say wander forest instead. Yeah, because it's just occurring to me, like, actually, if I didn't, like, if I had a bug, I wouldn't even see it in the village, because the village, like, so much of the water is, like, occluded in the village, but in the forest, if I did it incorrectly, here, when we wander to the forest, which, okay, well, I messed something up, because we can see in the background, the background is, like, disappearing. Oh, and now the midground disappeared, too. Alright. Well, that's exciting. I did not expect that part to be broken. And I think the river is actually working. I think the river is actually the one part that's actually working, because the river is stopping in the correct place. It's just that there's nothing. So I think the river actually did work, and then everything else was broken. I think that's how that went. Why did that happen? Um, um, why did that happen? And actually, it looked like it wasn't actually 100% working because the river did show up again for a moment, like later in the transition process. Like, what the heck? Why did that happen? I'm assuming that has nothing to do with the river per se. It's just that so let's say wander to the mountains. I'm assuming that just has to do. I'm assuming it's just that like transitions in general are broken right now. Probably. I mean, because of like what I did. I guess I didn't even bother to check transitions because I figured if the main loop worked, why would the transitions be broken? But yeah, what would cause? It looked like basically like all the transitional pieces were just like missing. But then we also saw popping later on, like we saw like the forest just appeared out of nowhere. So like all the transitional pieces were missing, and then the forest just like popped in for no particular reason. What on earth did I change? Like I changed how all of that stuff gets rendered. So I guess I can't really be too surprised. Yeah, okay. So the mountain transition is also broken. So that doesn't have anything to do with the particular environment type. It just has to do with the fact that I clearly messed up something. So yeah, let's see what's actually happening here. So the transition sides are just 100% missing. Oh, but then that entire layer just like disappeared. Oh, actually, that layer might have entirely disappeared because the mountain doesn't have a midground. So maybe it just like switched over like at the wrong time. Yeah, that's some like seriously broken stuff going on. I feel like this has to do something. This must have something to do with how I set up the environment phase markers, like the high low markers. Um, so let's look at how that used to be set up, and like maybe that'll give us some hints as to like what I accidentally broke. So like it used to be that so we used to check greater than or equal to 3, less than or equal to 9, or less than 9. What about on the other layers? No, it'd have to be broken in like all of the layers, because like each of the layers like was like a different kind of wrong. Um, so, uh, where is it here? Uh, greater than or equal to 5, less than 7. Yeah. Uh, huh. Greater than or equal to phase low, less than phase high. We must be like passing in a. We must be like passing in some of these values incorrectly, or I mean, it wouldn't be this. It wouldn't be this thing, would it? Like, what if? Yeah. What if? Let's okay. So let's go piece by piece. I'm gonna deactivate like all of this. I'm just gonna do this simple one. I'm just gonna say graphics.blit, like just the standard old blit, just good old like blit, the standard blittiness, and I don't expect this to work. I expect it'll still be broken. Um, so what environment are we in? Let's say go or like let's say oh no, say go to like river for example, and then let's wander to the forest, Excelsior. I expect this will be just as broken because I don't think like the thing we did about the subsectioning. I don't think that was causing what we were seeing here. I think what we're seeing here is much. It seemed more likely to have to do with the other logic, the logic that we used to set up like the not just the individual slides, but the entire layers, like the layers together, the layers as a whole. Uh, so yeah, let's see what we get. Uh, all right, so yeah, so it's still broken. So the transition slide is just missing altogether, which is crazy sauce. Crazy sauce. So there's one other. No, I was gonna say there's another explanation wherein I might have messed up how we loaded this data, but I don't think that's the problem. No, it must be something else. I must have overlooked something that like wasn't as common. Well, it's just like, am I just like not passing through the next environment correctly? No, because it is mixing environments. It is showing like part of the river, part of the forest. So it does know about like the old environment and the new environment. I imagine, because I don't know how else the river would show with the forest art showing. Why does the water keep coming back? Ugh. All right, so I'll figure the water stuff out later. But like, why are like none of the transition pieces showing up? And then why is everything else showing up so crazy? Um, environment next. Oh wait. Yeah. Uh, environment next. Oh no. No, that's right. Um, hmm. So it's all the layers too, right? It's not just like some of them are messed up. Um, what is it? Was I wrong about like the these index like that these indexes are not the same? Because that actually maybe they're not. I feel like they shouldn't be. I feel like yeah, no, actually now that I think about it, it seems like it'd be more weird if they were. Maybe or not. I don't know. Let's see how they used to be. So what was that? That was the place where we were like calling out like which ESP layer. Uh, it's like sorry. So if environment phase equals 6 is greater than or equal to 6. Wait, no, hold on. Where's this one start? This is for the this is for like the four. Oh, this yeah. This is for the foreground. So if environment phase is greater than or equal to 6, let me check if so we use. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, so for the foreground, we're using 11000 instead of 00111. All right, so we'll have to pass through those values too, I suppose. Uh, and is that gonna fix things? I mean, like, maybe. Um, uh, but if that was broken, like, why would that? No, I guess that could explain it. Could at least explain some of it. Uh, could it though? Yeah, no, I guess that would explain some of it. All right, so all right, so it's the return of like BGOS, BGTS. um, so environment phase, environment layer, phase low, phase high. I'll put it before environment break and environment resume. So BGT, BGOS or BG yeah BGTS or BGOS BGTS. I don't care. BGOS BGTS. Okay. So BGOS be the first of them. BGTS. Yeah, it's just because the layers move at different rates, they line up differently. Like they, at different points of the transition, like which is on like which side is like variable and strange. I mean, I could kind of like simplify some of this stuff by converting like the rest of the environment layers to operate in a similar way that the that I just changed like the river, for example, to animate or to operate in that, like instead of having like separate frames, it would just be like one long frame. But no, that would actually probably be more confusing because I have to do it. Actually, no, I could totally do that. Yeah, I could totally do that. I don't think I will. At least not right now, though. Um, it'd be slightly more draw operations or something weird like that. I don't know. I don't really care to change it right now. The BGOS BGTS thing should work fine. Okay, so right, so let's go to the places where we're calling this because in the background layer it was 0 and 1. Uh, in the in this layer, I think it was 0 and 1. I should actually look these up instead of guessing. Uh, so in the midground, because in the foreground we saw it was actually the opposite way around. So in this case it was BGOS BGTS. Yeah. In this case it was 1 0. Okay, so I guess they like alternate maybe, but that would only explain why half of the layers were screwy. The other half of the layers should have been somewhat normal. So, but anyways, this should fix at least one thing. So I'm guessing this one it would be 0 1, and then this one would be the last one would be 1 0. Okay. Let me just double check because we did see that foreground, or we did see that foreground was 1 0. But what about near ground? I don't think I actually checked near ground. Midground. Where's near ground? What happened to near ground? There's mid near ground. Where's near ground? There's mid ground. There's near ground. There's what happened to just near ground? Oh, it's down here. Okay. Yeah, 0 1. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so this should be slightly better, but it really shouldn't fix everything. What do you complain? Oh, whoops! I accidentally. What is this supposed to be? Comma? Yeah, I think like that. Okay. This should only fix some of the craziness. Really shouldn't fix all the craziness. Invalid syntax. Where? Oh, I forgot a comma. Doo-doo-doo. Yeah. Alright, so let's wander to the forest again. Excelsior. Alright, so what craziness will this fix? What craziness will still resume? Or remain? Doo-doo-doo. It'd be funny if like actually nothing else was wrong and it was just because I'm making the environments go so fast that it's somehow getting screwed up because of that. I don't think that would be the case. I think technically the environment system could run at like basically any speed and it should still work correctly. So that's no excuse. What would it be though? I don't know. Um, hopefully it'll just work this time. I mean, no, it shouldn't. It really shouldn't just work. It'll be more. Yeah, okay, good. It's not fully working, but it is working a little bit better. Is it? Actually, no. I can't assume that yet. All right, so there's still like the hill in the background is like disappearing. There's just like this hard edge where it's just like no more hill. Let's see what the other layers are gonna do. I feel like it used to get screwier by this point, so I feel like some of the screwiness actually is reduced, but maybe that's just optimism. Yes, the transition pieces are still 100% missing. So that's weird. Yeah. Okay. So now it's like now it seems a little less crazy. So now the yeah. So this is like the magical time where it's supposed to be the transition. Like this is supposed to be the transition. And now here we see the forest coming in from the other side correctly. But literally, okay. So it's just so at this point it's just literally that all of the transition sides are 100% missing. Um. Oh, and then the water came back for some reason. All right. So there's a few things wrong. Uh. Oh, did I expect the water to come back? No, I didn't. I expected the water to stay fixed and not stupid, but all right. So I have to look into that. Oh, oh, I bet I know what that is. Yeah. Do I know what that is? Oh yeah, I think I oversimplified. Yep. Okay. So I oversimplified. So none of the transition pieces are rendering, and none of the transition pieces are rendering, and I oversimplified the river thing a little bit too much. So let's fix the transition sides, because like literally what the heck? Uh, no, like literally what the heck? Um, where did I mess that up? I mean, there are a few places I could have messed that up. Um, either I'm telling it to blit the wrong layer. No, I'm still passing through the transition side as the thing that should get blit, now and then. Uh, but it's just so maybe I broke the place where we load this data because I was like kind of like hacking things. Uh, I was kind of hacking things there. So let's go to uh, so no, not transitions. Not transform. Come on, jet trans. Oh wow! I apparently just like completely deleted the part where we load transitions. that would com- that would explain a little bit of it, I think. Uh, so where do we load environments? Yeah, that would kind of explain it. Um, sorry, that would explain a little bit about it. Okay, so so mid near ground doesn't have it. All right, let's oh transitions. All right, let's look at the earlier version of the script where I hadn't mutilated it yet. Dot trans equals yeah. Oh, okay. I was only supposed to cut out these lines here, but I accidentally cut out all of these lines. So yeah, that was the problem. Okay, so setup transition. Yeah, it's supposed to have like this. Yeah. Yep, that would explain it. Alrighty then. Let's run the script again. And um, uh, I'm helping. Uh, Okay, so yeah, okay. So now if we transition, so let's transition to snow. Is that or oops, wander to snow? I think is a valid transition. Um, I also want to see what the snow looks like without the snow. Snowing without snow. What is that? How's that go? Uh, I could I could reduce the environment duration. Like, cause right now the environments do transition pretty slowly, right? Or maybe it's okay that they pan a little bit slowly. I was just thinking like oh, here we go. Okay, good. Transition pieces are blitting now. All right, so I still need to fix the river a little bit because I still oversimplified the math or the logic there a little bit, but yeah. Oh, excuse me. What am I gonna change with the yeah, what am I actually gonna change with the Sorry, I was thinking about something else, but then I just started thinking about the clouds here. Like, I think I do want to get rid of the clouds here, or like I don't know. I do want to reduce the clouds here because right now it feels like too. Now that there's not like snowflakes falling through that mid range of like where the dark clouds are. I mean, for one thing, the clouds were made that dark because it was supposed to be like. Part of the reason the clouds are that dark back there is that like it was supposed to be like, if you're like in the middle of a snowstorm, like your visibility is reduced, so like things off in the distance just become like shadows, or just that you can only make out the silhouettes of things, which is why the whole yeah. Um, so I want to change that a little bit, but right, but that's no. What was I actually trying to think about? Yeah, how do I want to? What does it mean? What is the like the XSplit2 position? Like, what does that actually mean anymore? Um, uh, I mean, I guess it's that like so the XSplit2 position is eventually going to get less than zero, and when it becomes less than zero, wait, is it really not fixed? Yeah, no, it really wasn't fixed, right? Like if we say go to river and then let me say wander to forest, we saw like a little bit more of the water. Like it did showed up again. I just like I mean if it's happening, there's got to be an explanation for it. So I didn't really question it up front, but like I guess the thing that I'm skeptical about, or like the thing that I don't understand, is like why didn't it work? Um, I must have. Well, I guess all right. So yeah, I'll trust that it. Like I am remembering correctly. It didn't in fact 100% work. So, um, Silver Linings Playbook. I have not seen Silver Linings Playbook. I heard it was really good though. I wanted to see it, but I just hadn't yet. Oh, is that is that? That's just a fun word. I just like that word. um, uh, what um, what am I looking for here? Oh yeah, so let's go to XSplit2. XSplit2. Yeah. So what is it? What is this like nuance? What is this subtlety? Uh, XSplit width. Uh, oh, oh, is it this part? If if ESP, what is this? If ESP mid near ground is greater than or equal to XSplit2 minus G width. Yeah, I think this is no. I feel like this should be simpler. Yeah, and so it definitely does still show the water in the forest for a little bit. It's like if environment phase less than 9. What does it anchor to in the forest? It anchors to the what does it anchor to? I think it anchors to the I can just look it up actually. I don't have to watch the whole transition again. River transition to forest anchors to the midground. All right, so what we're evaluating through is midground. So we're calculating it like this, and so it's less than phase 9. So phase 8. I wonder if phase 8 is the problem. Uh, hmm. Because it seems like it just came back for an extra phase. I'm tempted to just like say, like just drop these phases down a peg each and see what that does. Um, I wonder if it. I wonder if it'd still be broken if it went by the near ground instead of the mid ground. Let's see what that does. I mean, it's gonna make the transition look weird for one thing, but I just want to see if this bug still happens. So let's rerun the script. Yes, stay in the river. Nope, stay in the river. Go to river. Excelsior. Wander to the forest. Excelsior. Alright, so let's see what it does now. I assume it'll do the same thing. And I don't know why I don't know why the phase boundaries would have changed just based on like how I'm blitting these instead, but it might just be that the phase boundary is different. And so I only have to blit this, like instead of going all the way to phase 9 anymore, like maybe we only have to go to phase 8 for the mid ground and we only have to go to phase 7 for the near ground or something like that. Well, that wasn't normal. I feel like I've seen that before. I feel like I've seen it like jump transition when it was supposed to like subtle transition. Wow, look at the water now. Okay, so again, yeah, so the water does still happen. Like the water bug does still happen. So I don't know why this would fix it, but I'm going to try just like bumping these phases down a peg. Instead of like saying less than phase 9, less than phase 8, I'll just say less than phase 8, less than phase 7. Because like everything seemed to be going fine until that. So yeah, let's change this back to mid ground, save that, and see how that goes. See what that does for the transition. And yeah, so I don't know what that jump transition was about. Go to river, Excelsior, wander to forest, Excelsior. So like the anchor position moves across the screen, and it only blits the anchor position. The anchor position gets to the end of the screen, and then for some reason it like keeps blitting. Why would we have needed it to blit like that before? Maybe this actually, no, you know what? It's probably that this bug like always like existed, except oh yeah, you know what it was? This bug probably always existed, but previously it only ever happened off screen, so you never actually like saw it. So like it happened, but like it was never actually perceptible. And I probably just had those phase boundaries off since I added this feature. All right, so don't do the jump transition, please. I mean, that's another bug, I guess, and I'll have to figure out what that was about, because I think I have seen that at least once before. Like, I told the game to do a gradual transition, and it did a jump transition instead. Oh, I think I might know actually what causes that. No, I was gonna say I think I might know what causes that. All right, so the river like goes off into the background, and we don't see it again. I don't see it anymore. And then, so it goes now off screen. Okay, and it doesn't come back. Okay, I think that was, yeah. Because it was going off screen and, oh, it came back. What the heck? Why did it come back again? It didn't come back for as long. So maybe we should go down another? No, if we go down another phase boundary... Should we? Should we go down an entire other phase? Like, could I have been that far off in like determining what phases to blit this stuff through? I'd be surprised if I was that far off, but I don't know. Let's see what that does. Let's bring it down to phase 7 and 6. Phase 6 though? Phase 6? That's... No, that can't be right. Phase 6? No, this can't be right. I'm gonna try it anyways, just to see what it does, but like... I don't know. I can always like go back to the confusing way if the simple way doesn't work. Alright, so wander to forest, Excelsior. So sorry, I'm just looking at the snow. R.I.P. snow. It was nice, right? Just gentle snow. Gentle snowflakes falling all about. We'll bring back the snow. The snow will return someday. We've not seen the last of the snow. Ah, stupid jump transition. Stop doing that. Or I guess we can still see if the river bug is happening though, because we're not all the way through the transition. All right, well the bug didn't happen. But like I feel like phase cutting it off at phase 6 for the near ground like that. I feel like that's gonna be wrong. So let's once again let's try changing the river to anchor to the near ground instead of anchoring to the mid ground. Because like I don't know. I don't know. It seems like it'll be crazy to me if this actually works. Uh, should we just not be going by phases maybe? Alright, so let's go to river, Celsior, wander to... Yeah, you know what? I could do this. I could handle this differently, actually, now that I think about it. Oh yeah, so wander to forest. I could handle this differently because what I could do yeah, basically I could just like have instead of just going by phase, I could like when the transition initiates, I could like toggle this like on. Oh no, but yeah, no, for the transitions in the other direction, like not for the transitions out, but for the transitions in, I do kind of have to go by phase at that point. Because like that in that case it works like kind of the opposite. So like I mean this should work. I should be able to get this to work by phase. Oh no, I know what's happening. I think. I think I know what's happening. Yeah, and it was because I oversimplified, or it's because I like simplified the system to the extent that I did. But the phase markers should work, right? I feel like the phase markers should work. Why is it that the phase markers are not working? Yeah. Okay, no, I understand it now. And this fix that I've put in probably isn't going to be a fix because it's probably going to mess things up. Yeah, right. See, it takes it away too soon. Uh, so I could just go back to the old way. It was a little more complicated, but like not that much more complicated. Um, hmm. Is there an easy solution to this though? I guess like uh XSplit 2. I mean, I could just make it so that XSplit 2 can't increase. But no, again, like I have to make it whatever solution I do here. I have to make it so that it works for both transitions in and transitions out. And previously that was just by the phase. So yeah, previously like this bug happened off screen, but because it happened off screen, it wasn't a bug. And now it's happening on screen, which makes it yeah. So I basically just brought it on screen, which is not what I was supposed to be doing. Uh, maybe I should just go to the old system. The old system wasn't like that confusing, I guess. I don't know. No, it was a little confusing. It wasn't that confusing. It was a little unnecessary though. But maybe that's fine. Hmm. I shouldn't have to fix all those other bugs in between because then I could just like do Control Z, Control Z. But now if I did Control Z, Control Z, it would undo all those other bugs. All those other bug fixes. It would reintroduce them. So let's go back to the old way. Oh, the old way. What? No, there has to be a way to handle this. There has to be a way to handle this. What if... What is this? Yeah, what was this conditional that I got rid of? If ESP... Oh, maybe this is the key. If ESP mid near ground index 0 is greater than XSplit 2, or ESP mid near ground 0 plus G width is less than or equal to XSplit 2. No, I think this is no, I think this is just how I checked for the when I had it like in two separate halves. This is just how I determined which half was which. Can I do something like this though? If oh wait. Oh no, I was gonna say like I only have to I only really have to do like I only really have to blit this if XSplit 2 is on screen. Because if XSplit 2 is off screen, no, but there are two cases where it's off screen. The other case where it's off screen is the case where it just it's about to transition onto screen. Um, hmm. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I should just switch to the old way. I don't. All right. So that's why I didn't. That's why I just commented out instead of actually getting rid of it. But if I switch back to the old way, then like, I mean, I could do like a hybrid sort of thing. I could go like halfway between the two. Actually, I'm not gonna erase this one either, just in case I change my mind and want to go to this approach again. Oops. Um, uh, yeah, because if I go back to this way, I have to undo like I'd be undoing like all the stuff about what was it? How I changed. Oh no. Oh no, it uses ESP. It doesn't use ESPF. Oh, I would no. I'd have to go back to using. Oh yeah, no. I would have to undo that whole chunk, which I guess is fine because like by undoing it, I basically just have to copy paste what was here, like you know the old setup back over. So like all the stuff about how we load in the layers. Again, I won't like get rid because like I like the new way better kind of in like most regards, except for in this one regard. So I kind of want to switch over to the old way. So the stuff that I put in just a minute ago, I won't like delete it. I'll just you know I'll keep it comment. I'll just comment it out, and who knows? I might figure out. I might crack the whatever and figure out how to have it that way that I wanted it to be instead. Alright, so comment this stuff out here. And then this part was simpler, so that's better. Not really. This is the preloading stuff. I don't mind if preloading is a little bit slow. It means that we can run the game a little bit faster or better. Alright, and so then the other thing that changed was the whole introduction of like special layer pause F. Yeah, like this whole business. So I want to bring back, I mean I don't really want to bring back, what was it? It was ESPF, but I kinda do in a way. Yeah, alright. And then, alright, let's go down to here where we're updating this stuff. Sorry, so. Oh, actually, that was the step that I missed before. I updated EL or SL pause F, but I didn't update ESP index mid near ground. Wait, what was this step? ESP mid near ground index I, yeah. ESP index mid near ground index I, or index 0 rather, equals ESP index mid near ground next index 0. Oops, forgot a square brace. But right, I'm getting rid of this. I'm getting rid of this stuff anyways. Because I'm going back to the old way. which was, oh, whoops, yeah, it wasn't just this, it was also the 4i in range 2. The old array wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. And to be clear, I'm only reverting, like, just these. Like, this next one that I revert is just going to be the last thing that I revert, and then the rest of it will be the same. I'm not, like, literally undoing all day, like, the whole day's worth of work. Nope. I haven't had a day like that in a while. I think I've actually only had one day like that on this project. And it was quite a day, let me tell you. What a day it was. Alright, so yeah, so now down here, wait, where was it? No, so now here where we're, oh, it wasn't far down at all. I keep expecting that. I used to have to scroll for like miles to get through this section, but like we condensed so much code that like we like condensed and cut so much code that it's disorientingly brief now. Um, so okay. So yeah, so if we're keeping this, then we'll want to convert these blit. Oh, we did already. Yeah, so the blit env slide. Yeah. Okay, so we did that already. So it's this one. This is like this sticky wicket. Where we need to do like basically the same logic, but we have to do it out here instead. I mean, I can make a separate version of blit env slide thing where I pass in like the area and like do extra math to get like the area figured out as well. Maybe. I mean, I only do this in 2 places so far. Maybe someday I'll want to do this in more places, and at that point I can do it. But yeah, for right now I'll just be like, so yeah, we do basically the same thing. We check, so like if pause, no, in this case it's so it's if this value is less than, again, it's not pause f, it's what, or it's like no, it's env break. If this value is less than env break, then we'll want to blit some of it. Then we'll want to blit starting at this position. Oops, no, I used the wrong value. It's supposed to be ESP. Right, that was the image. This is the this is the position. Oh, these values are unnecessary. I don't know why I have those there. There's just a typo. Oh, it's weird that it didn't throw an error. Apparently you can add as many extraneous values as you want, as long as you have the 2 values that are important. Alright, so, yeah, it's not going to be XSplit width, though. It's going to be, oh, I guess I can just change how I calculate XSplit width. No, not really. No, because it's going to be XSplit width, no, okay, so what is the first... What is this going to be? It's going to be like, it's going to be like, so, yeah, let's think about what this means. XSplit width. Okay. This is basically just a prior, like, stopping point. This is basically just like a, yeah. So no, it'll just be, no, this is simple. We can just ignore XSplit width in this case. We can just say, oh, no, we have to say, the minimum. We have to, because, yeah, no, it's variable. It's either, we might go to XSplit width, but we might go to, whichever we get to first, either XSplit width or what was the value? Env break minus the position, right? I think that's right. Yeah, and whichever of those we hit first, we want to stop rendering. Because these are like 2 artificial breaking points that we want to hit, and like we don't want to render beyond either of them. So, yeah, we'll just stop at whichever. whichever we hit first. Then, okay, so the second conditional is a little weird because for the second conditional, we'll say if wait, what was the other conditional? Yeah, if the position, so it's basically going to be the same, like it's going to be roughly the same blit operation. I mean, it's going to be a similar blit operation. So I'm going to duplicate this line. If what is this one? This is if it stretches past the. Oh no, this is a different. Yeah, no, this is a different condition because it's a basically if some of it is in that range. If some of it stretches past the. No, yeah, okay, so this will be similar. So if yeah, okay, so if the position plus the width is greater than. Yeah, okay. If the position plus the width. Yeah, yep, yeah, that'll cover it. So if the position plus x blit width if the position plus x blit width is greater than, or yeah, no, it has to be greater than. It can't be equal to, because if it's equal to, then it blits at 0 width, and we don't have to blit anything at 0 width. So if it's greater than or end resume, then we'll blit some of it, but we'll start at. Okay, so this one's weird because this time. Okay, so now we actually have to say like start so like or so we'll say like blit start equals we'll say blit start equals the position, but if blit start actually is the if the position is less than end resume, then we actually want to use end resume as the start instead. But then we also have to change the math of the width based on that as well. So we'll say if the position is less than end resume, we'll say blit start equals and resume instead. And what will be the new width? We'll say the width, xsplit width, xsplit width minus equals. It'll be the difference between those two things, right? It'll be end resume, or no, it'll be end resume minus the position, I think. Maybe? I don't know this. I don't know about this one. I think that might be right. I guess we can find out too. So let's go to end resume and set it to be set it so that like basically so the archery frame is back. So 1440. I won't bother re-enabling archery and 840 or 480. Excuse me. All right, let's see how this looks now. So it'll have the big gap in the middle of the screen. Wait, what? Why doesn't it have the big gap in the middle of the screen? Did not save? Why is there not the big gap in the middle of the screen? I set end for break and end for zoom. What? What madness is this? Oh, right. No, it's because when I was testing to see what broke, I deactivated our sophisticated sectiony blitty stuff just to prove that the sectiony blitty stuff was not the culprit. Now we can get rid of that, and yes. So the river stuff actually would have worked because the river stuff didn't use this section, but it didn't look like anything was working right. Okay, so now we have a big gap in the middle. So, okay, good, we're in the river. Okay, that's not right though. Because because that's not right. Okay, so it's clearly not working, not 100%. Oh, wait. No, why is that not working? Oh. Oh. The BGOS BGTS thing. There's probably not a correct answer for the BGOS BGTS thing. But also, shouldn't there be too few values? Shouldn't I have, like, not updated it with the correct values? Like like I uncommented that place where we were saying in blit env layer, but I didn't add in those new values. So, oh no, it wasn't. Oh right, because we weren't blitting the layer. We were blitting the. Oh yeah, we were blitting the. Yeah, we were blitting the frame, the slides directly. So, wait, no. So, why didn't that work? Uh. I don't know. It was like one of them always blit and one of them never blit. ESP mid near ground index I index CI. What the heck? How did that break? I mean, I guess I never really checked that that was working, but I feel like it should have worked. Because, like, all I'm doing is graphics, env layers, mid near ground. I'm sending through graphics, I'm sending through the image, I'm sending through the position, I'm sending through. Oh, wait, maybe I'm messing up the, no, the position seems to be updating correctly. That part that I was evaluating was this part here. Blit env slide. No, it wasn't. It was this part here. Oh, right. Okay, because we didn't update this part. That would explain it. Yeah. Okay. Do do do. Wait. If end phase equals 0, isn't this supposed to be like 4? Wait. Where was the section? This is like if type equals 1. This is like down here. Oh, is that it? Yeah, it was supposed to be for iron range 2. Okay, that's what I only that's what I only have it was splitting. Because it's supposed to be for iron range 2, and then and then then the reason it wasn't subsectioning is because it was using the old graphics blit instead of the new one. So yeah, the rest of this is actually correct. Okay, now it should. Right, that part I hadn't unconverted. Like the way that I had it set up there was the way that it would have worked previously. So maybe I shouldn't have commented that out instead of Alright, so now if we go to the river, it should have that gap in the center. The adventurers will still not. Okay, there we go. So the adventurers will still not respect the gap. They'll still walk across the gap. But now, so now if we say wander to forest, it should everything should look totally normal, well, except for the fact that everything looks totally weird. But we should see like the so even through the transition, this gap should be respected. There should we'll never see the if all goes to plan, we'll never see the water draw like in this gap here. Actually, I'm gonna slide it over a little bit. So you won't be able to see like the start of the transition on the stream, but this way I can see the whole thing on screen. So if it messes up anywhere, we'll at least be able to, at least one of us will be able to see it. All right, so far so good. We can see the transition is about to start creeping in. Yep, there are little trees and brushes and shrubs and stuff for the forest transition, and I feel like it's more likely to mess up on the forest side, but it could mess up on either side. Doo-doo-doo. So far so good. Here's the real moment of truth though. This is when we're gonna get to the anchor point and it's gonna start getting cut off. And I think we're past the anchor point. So yeah. All right. So it did fine on that side. See how it does on this other side here. No, that's the anchor point moving across here as well. Or no? Okay. Yeah, there it goes. Because when yeah. Okay. Good. All right. So I guess that wasn't so bad. I thought that was gonna be more confusing, but that was fine actually. Okay. So I'm not gonna go this way with it. I'm just gonna call that a failed experiment. So it was I mean there was some stuff that I really didn't like about that approach anyways. So like the SL POSF business, like that was sketchy. It just felt weird. Like I don't know. I could have done that in ways that were fine, but yeah, whatever. All right, so dot trans equals right. So get rid of this part too. Wait, what is this? Self layers mid near ground speed. Why is this commented out? Oh, because I just did it. Okay. Yeah, I didn't have to replace that, but I did. So, anyways, okay. Good. Well, good then. Excellent. Tut tut. I don't know what I'm saying. So yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. Right. So I'm still only doing half of the transition. There's still the other half of the type 1 transition. So let's go to type equals 1. Because now that we got the transitions out working, let's get the transitions in working. And those are very similar. They're right next door, in fact. So right, it's like basically the things that we changed up here, we just have to change down here too. And there are fewer things to change down here, so it should be slightly easier. So we do replace the graphics blit with the env blah blah blah. So let's highlight these. So yeah, so these will get replaced something along these lines here. So just gonna plug these. Oh, okay. So I already temped in the replacements. I just have to apply them. Oh, I did apply the replacements already. Or at least this. Oh no, this one. No, this uses. No, I started to update them. So it uses environment next, but it also uses these indexes instead of these. And same here. And is this one correct? That one's correct. And then down here, oh, that's the weird one that I'll have to like break into little pieces. And then for this one, oh, okay, so this one's mng next ci, and that is correct. And then environment next layers. Yep. Okay. So that seems good. And then excuse me. Sorry about that. Sorry. Okay. So right. So now this is the weird one. I don't know why I have this print here. I think because like this system back when I implemented it in the first place was like confusing and hard to put together. But I'm pretty sure I got a hang on it now. So I can probably just get rid of that. Okay. Yeah, so the things that we do here will be pretty much identical to the things that we did up here. So like this whole if ESP env break, blah, blah, blah. Like all this stuff will be like the same, except it'll be referring to the next environment rather than... Oh, actually no. Right, because it's not XSplit to, it's XSplit from. Okay, so... Wait, XSplit 2? What are we referencing XSplit 2 here? I thought it was XSplit from. I thought XSplit from was the new hotness. Why do we reference XSplit 2 at all? I don't think it means the same thing here. Or something. Oh, no. Yeah, no, we do still kind of keep track of XSplit 2. Because... No, I don't know why we use XSplit 2 here. I lied. I'm stymied. So maybe I will want to... I'll want to be careful as I reapply it, because it might just not be like idiot proof to just like go through and like slap in the replacement, blah blah blah, whatever. All right. So. All right. So if. So what is the starting position? Right. It's XSplit. Oh, XSplit 2. Oh, gross. We're calling. Ew. That's stupid. XSplit from? Oh. Okay. No, I guess that kind of makes sense. Okay, XSplit 2, there's basically, like, XSplit 2 basically serves as XSplit. Like, there are two XSplit froms, kind of. Which is weird, because, like, okay, so if XSplit 2, I called XSplit 2, because it's the point on the screen to which we were blitting. Like, the X position on the screen to which we were blitting this image. The weird thing about subsectioning it from the start instead of from the end is that, not only do we have to subsection like where on the screen it starts drawing, but where from the source image it starts drawing. So XSplit 2 is actually on the screen. It's actually like XSplit screen from, and then XSplit from is actually XBit source from. So in the back of my mind, I was like, these variables, I specifically remember naming them something stupid. Excuse me, something stupid. And yeah, totally did. Super stupid. So let's do what? XSplit 2. Yeah, so XSplit 2 is actually like akin to this like this from, like it's the positional term basically. So in the places where we were referencing like ESP, MNG, blah blah blah, those are analogous to XSplit 2 instead. So if XSplit 2 is less than environment break, that's an indication that we want to do something here. Except, yeah, so the image is going to be from not just env, it's env next layers, mid, near, ground, blah, blah, blah. And it's not going to be starting from this position, it's going to be starting from XSplit 2. And the positioning is going to be... Oh, is this going to be variable? The starting position. No, the starting position will not be variable. It will be XSplit from. Once again, it'll be the minimum between XSplit width and environment break, but in this case minus XSplit 2. Yes. Okay. And then we check if XSplit 2 plus XSplit width is greater than environment resume. Yes. And then in that case, so we'll start with the presumption that blit start is XSplit 2. However, if XSplit 2 is less than env resume, we say XSplit start equals env resume. We say XSplit width minus equals env resume minus XSplit 2, because it's that difference instead. And then once again, we blit env next dot layers mid near ground image ping environment anim index I, and we blit it starting at, no, we blit it, wait, starting at, I thought the starting at position should be blit start here. Did I have that wrong up above? Shouldn't this be... How is this... How is that... So this should be blit start. Because I'm not using blit start anywhere, am I? Because that's the place where I should have been using blit start. Huh. I wonder why I didn't notice it looking wrong uh, when we tested it. Because this is definitely supposed to be blit start. And this is definitely supposed to be blit start as well. Weird. I guess maybe like we just magically hit it at the right like transitions of the slides so that never became an issue. Yeah, I guess that's feasible. We just never. Really? I don't know. That seems weird. Whatever though. XSplit start to 170 or starting at 170. Yeah. And then in this case, the area is PyGameRect starting at 0. Starting at 0. Wait, what if we're cutting in? No, if we're... Oh. Oh, that too. Hey, we shouldn't be starting at 0 here. We should be starting at, yeah. Okay, so actually we should say, like blit, offset equals, n resume minus, yeah, because if we're trimming off some of it, then, so we can say this equals blit. Yeah, I don't know how this wasn't, like, more obviously wrong, when we watched it through before, but, no, this should be, yeah, so xsplit width minus equals blit offset, and then the starting position shouldn't be 0 anymore. It should be blit offset. And I guess like this just must never evaluated. We just never hit the case where this position was less than n for zoom, which is surprising. I feel like we would have had to have hit that case, but I don't know. Apparently not. Okay, and then is this correct? How is so much of this so apparently wrong? Like, I feel like this should all be so wrong. I mean, especially because this value doesn't actually matter. Like, this value can be, like, whatever. Because, like, this might run off screen, but, like, we don't have to care about that. This value shouldn't have changed from, like, what it was before. Which was, env break. Wait, no. What was this value before? Oh, this value before was xsplit width. Yeah, xsplit width. Yeah, what the heck? Oh, I guess this one would have worked fine. Because, right, like I said, this... Okay, so this one was wrong. This one can just be xsplit width, because we updated xsplit width to be correct. This one can be xsplit width. Yeah. Alright, whatever. That should be fine. Wait, why is this, oh no, there's not supposed to be a closed parentheses there. Okay. Okay. That should be better. So now this should work. So now we should be able to transition, oh wait, except I need to get rid of this line here. So now we should be able to transition in and out of, these special... So like, let's transition from the river to the village or something. What? Oh, why is there a square brace there? Yeah, because the river and the village are both of the special environment type, so so it should be a pretty good test case for transitioning in and out. So let's go to river, Excelsior, and wander to the village, Excelsior. And so so we should never see anything blit in this. We should see on the edges of the screen, we should see the transitions happening like all orderly and nice. But in this, oh sorry, I'm just dragging the image a little bit. In this nice blank space in the middle of the screen, we should never see anything blit in the middle there. And then we can get back to work on archery, because now we'll have like that was yeah, like I said, it was going to be a little bit hairy to get the environment system to like chunk out this section in the middle, but I think we'll have accomplished it. Oh, actually no, I guess I still haven't done the adventures, right? And I was saying I might want to do those too. I still don't know exactly how I want to do those. I mean, it could be that like I don't know. It's weird. It's just weird, I guess. It's just weird. All right, so here we go. We're in the transition now. So the river does not draw. Oh, okay. Well, that was weird. There's a frame where like crazy stuff drew for a frame. Oh, did I ever reset the level thresholds or the phase thresholds because like um oh, okay. All right, so something's not quite right about how those villagers are animating. Not quite as I intended. All right, so that was that one I messed up in the that one I messed up in the section I just put in. Wow, it's super messed up too. Look at them. Look at them just like marching with impunity across that mid range. Those jerks. Those jerks. Of course, once the transition's fully complete, they should like go back to being respectful, because like it was working like when not in the transition. Yeah, there it goes. So now the transition is complete and it goes back to working correctly. So, all right. So I'm clearly doing something terribly wrong there, which is weird because it's modeled after something that worked mostly quite right. And then what was that one frame where like we had it looked like we had the water and the villagers just going all the way across the screen. Yeah, those villagers. They are. This is a village of marathon sprint champions. All right, so all of this was going very wrong. All of this was just going very, very wrong. Graphics.blit. So the weird part was like they stopped up against the edge of the like for a little while when they tried to walk on screen, they would stop up against the edge of the blank space. Like they would walk through the village up to the edge of the blank space, and then they would just like kind of hit against it. So that was weird. I feel like the stuff that I just put in should have fixed that though. Oh, it's because I didn't put it in down here. Right. So the whole thing about like the blit offset thing, right? Like that was what would have fixed it, and I didn't put it down here. Right. Okay. So that explains that. It doesn't explain how the river didn't look crazy before when I tested it. So blit start or no blit offset, and then blit offset is the start value here. Yeah, wow, how did I get that so wrong? I got it right. I don't know. The nice thing about coding is that you learn exactly how smart you are. Like this is exactly how smart I am. I'm just so smart that I can get this stuff up and running, but I'm not quite so smart that I remember to do these little things. It's a very analytical, objective assessment of how my brain is working. All right, but the rest of it seemed okay. Probably. I don't know. Let's see what this does now that I. No, that wouldn't explain all of it, right? Because like this whole first part. If xsplit2, would that explain all of it? I don't think. No, that wouldn't explain all of it. So xsplit2 is less than env break. So if xsplit2 is less than env break, then we start splitting at xsplit2 and we oh, is this different? Yeah, I think this changed. This changed. Env break minus xsplit2. No, that seems right. I don't know. Let's see how it looks now. Oops. All right, so let's go to river. Go to river, Excelsior, and let's wander to the village again. I mean, we could try it with anything really. We could do like snow to river. We could do cave to river, like any transition going to a special transition. But this is the one case where we have two special environments next to each other, so I might as well we can do twice the testing this way. So I mean, the river did look fine. Like the river, I didn't see. Oh, there was that one. There's that one weird frame where like it showed both the adventurers and the river for some reason, or it showed like the villagers and the river for some reason. But so I'll look into that later. Like that bug comes like bugs like that come up every now and again. So I think I might know what is the problem there. Um, but I don't think it's directly related to the stuff that we're doing here. Actually, it might be. No, I guess it would have to be related. If it happened, if it showed up in the gap, then I guess it would have to be related to what we're doing here. But we'll see. So it should happen. If it's gonna happen, it should happen like nowish, like in the near future, like right now. No, huh? Or maybe it did happen and I just blinked and missed it. Okay. So villagers, please do not be weird. Be normal villagers. Be good villagers, please. No, stupid villagers. Why did they stop? They just like stop. Like they run at it and then they just stop and then they run through it and like jerks. What freaking jerks? What complete jerks? Oh, am I using like the wrong margins or something? Because it looks like they're almost. No, I was gonna say like maybe they're disappearing on the. They're like. No. No, they're just like brazenly like just blasting their stupid faces right through this stupid thing. Um, I feel like it's not what I just did. I feel like it's like the other stuff like surrounding what I put together. Yeah, no, it is. It totally is. It totally is. Because this doesn't have anything to do with the anchor point. Yeah. So it's nothing to do with that complicated logic. It's the simple stuff. It's one of these blit and slide things that got messed up. Uh, but how does that even work? Because I'm using blit and slide. Uh, MSG or ESP MNG next, ESP MNG next, ESP MNG next, env break and resume. No, that doesn't make sense. They're all using the correct positions, unless this one's not. How did this look before? ESP MNG next CI. That sounds right, actually. ESP MNG next CI. Yeah, that is correct as far as I know. Huh. Yeah, it's not these cases. I don't. Whoops. What just happened? What the crap? I like dragged from here and it like thought I was dragging the entire file. Pie freaking charm. Okay. Yeah, what the heck? Excuse me. Oh, I just left this freaking line here. I just left the I just left the duplicate line here. I mean that doesn't explain why. Oh, I left all these duplicate lines here. Weird. So that doesn't explain 100% of what's going on. Because the villagers were still acting like idiots and like running up against the wall and just like freezing in place. But that does explain why they were like drawing over the midsection in like weird ways that they weren't supposed to. It explains some of why they were doing that. Let's see what it looks like now. Alright, so let's go to, once more, let's go to river and wander to the village. Excelsior. Okay, so yeah, so we'll probably still see them doing stupid things like where they slam their stupid faces against the wall. But at least it'll be a little easier to like decipher. Like when there are like multiple bugs layered on top of each other, it gets hard to tell like what are the exact symptoms of any one bug. What do I mean by tabletop MMO? are you familiar with tabletop RPGs, like for example Dungeons and Dragons, or like stuff of that ilk? Um, if you are, SideQuest is basically like a massively multiplayer online version of one of those. So that's what I mean by tabletop MMO. All right, here we go. Transition time. Come on, villagers. Come on, villagers. Well, it'll take a little while for the villagers to show up. Okay, so past this line of buildings, then once these buildings clear, we should see the adventurers. Okay, huh? No, they're just working correctly now. Okay, they look fine now, actually. Oh no, there they go. There they go, getting all like slammed up against the side. And now they're just pouring onto the middle again. What disrespectful jerks. Alright, now this doesn't make sense. Now I feel like this shouldn't be happening. And yet, what the heck? What disrespectful little jerks. That's all there is to it. They're just really horribly disrespectful little jerks. At this point. So, alright, let's look at how we're using these variables. We're starting at xsplit 2. That's correct. We're supposed to start at xsplit 2. If xsplit 2 is less than env break, we're supposed to start at xsplit 2. And then we're supposed to blit the width that we blit is either xsplit width, as we had before, or the difference between env break. Oh wait, the difference between env break and xsplit 2? Is that right? Is that right? The difference between env break and xsplit 2? Yeah, that seems right. Because env break is the end point, and xsplit 2 is the starting point, so the width would be the difference between those things. And in this case, we want to use whichever width is smaller of those two. I mean, this feels like I'm not using like index CI somewhere, like the whole CI SI business. Do I actually even use SI anymore? Yeah, I use it for calculation purposes. Huh. Sorry. All right. Well, let's see which half is malfunctioning. Let's see which half is malfunctioning worse. Wait, no. I'm curious to see which half is like is drawing in the middle. Like I know like it has to be the second half that's like making them like stupidly slam their face against the stupid wall like stupid idiots. I'm not bitter. But I'm curious to see which half of this is causing them to draw in this space where they're not supposed to draw. So let's go to river once more and wander to village. I don't get why it was so easy to set up the first half, and now the second half is like having like bajillions of bugs all happening at the same time. So I just noticed that when Trusty Bard repeats the quest text now, he repeats the exact same quest. He used to pick a new quest. Like if a quest lingered for a little while, he'd pick a new quest. But I think I've seen him do this before. He just he just like reiterates the same quest again, which I don't know. I guess that's fine. It's a new behavior for him that I've seen. I don't know. Okay. All right. So here we go. Transition. One more time. So if we still see the stupid idiots like slamming their stupid face against the wall, and just standing in place. Then if we just see that, then we'll know that like half of the bug, like the bug of them drawing in the middle, was caused by that one line that we just commented out. So either way, we shouldn't see adventurers on that side of the screen. Like we shouldn't see villagers on that side of the screen. Whoa! Now they're going. Wait, they're drawing twice. There's still two things drawing here. Because like I swear, like I saw some stupid adventurers like standing. I swear I saw like I saw villagers standing still, and I saw villagers running past. So there's still like another like rogue line of code that's like probably causing all the middle stuff. And where the crap is it? Where the crap is it? Because where the freaking crap is it? um it's right freaking here. Is it? It'd have to be this, right? 8 and 9? Was that just phase 8 and 9? I mean that was not supposed to be there. So that was probably why. That had to have been why they would run through the middle section. That had to be that. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't notice that sooner. That was another one of the things that wasn't supposed to be there. But I still don't know why they're slamming their stupid faces against the stupid wall and not just acting like normal adventurers. Why are they being such jerks? Why such jerks? Such jerks. Why? That is the name of my autobiography. Right now. Oops. Go to river. And then wander to village. Yeah. So. Oh, sorry. I'd not been paying attention to chat. Cold Zero had said, "Oh, the yeah, to have an entire village of like where every NPC, like every common like peasant or whatever in the game could do like the sweet like parkour, like wall climbing stuff. Just a world where everyone was like that." um, Probably be a bit disorienting, but no, there's probably a game there. Sorry, I don't know how I missed that in chat. Yeah, the two times that I'm worst at chat are when it's like, oh, okay, now we're just crashing. What do you mean blit offset is not defined? Your face is not defined. Blit offset is defined right freaking here. Oh. Yeah, no, that's true. We're only defining blit offset. Whoops. How's that just now firing? How's it just now that we're getting to that? Alright, no, so blit offset equals 0. How's that line of code not fired like 10 gazillion times by now? That's crazy to me. That is crazy. Because that line of code is very relevant to the bugs that we were seeing. So like, what? 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 I don't know. I don't get it. I guess maybe we were always evaluating down that other path before. But like, why is this so variable? Like, the transitions are not that different, I don't feel. But like, apparently they are. I don't know. Alright, so go see river. Excelsior. Wander to village. Okay. Oh, that would totally explain why the stupid idiots were like slamming their stupid faces. Maybe? Yeah, that would totally explain why the stupid adventurers were slamming their stupid faces against the stupid thing like idiots. I'm not bitter. Would it explain it completely? Yeah, if blit offset was getting, yeah, if it stayed as a fixed value instead of refreshing every frame, that would totally explain it. Okay. All right, so maybe this is better now. Mhm. Why wouldn't it be refreshing though? It'd have stopped refreshing. I don't feel like that necessarily makes sense. Why would it have stopped refreshing? Like, I don't feel like this should have fixed it. It might fix it, but I don't feel like it should have. Oh, I should make the foreground layer invisible so I can see exactly what the crazy. No, because they still. No, yeah, that's definitely. Are they going backwards? Shut up! They can't go backwards. They can't literally go backwards. That's just idiotic. All right, but that like this XSplit offset value, I must be calculating it incorrectly. Oh, of course I freaking am. I'm not using XSplit 2 here. For one thing. All right, now it should just work fine. Okay, but also I'm gonna hide the foreground layer just because it's distracting. So I'm just gonna comment this out. All right, so now there's not gonna be any, or not the foreground. I'm gonna hide the near ground layer. I can hide the foreground layer too, but I just I want to see the because like the layer, yeah, that layer that the near ground layer hides the special layer the most. So all right, so now if we go to river, our characters will be walking on water presumably. Oh no, they'll be walking in this middle area where there's nothing. All right, but then so if we wander to village, then yeah. So now we see, yeah, so they're walking on water a little bit because I took away the ground. But we should be able to see the water, and we should be able to see the villagers a lot better now. So we can see much more clearly, like, what exactly is their behavior. Yeah, how exactly that's all. Oh, they were getting swept away by the river. The adventurers, the villagers in the background of the village, because I was using that value that was, yeah, I was using oh man, I'm an idiot person. I was using a value based on not the villager frame, but the water frame. And so when they were moving backwards, it's because they were literally getting swept away by the river. They were literally getting caught up in that current. I mean, it was an underground current because it wasn't blitting at the wrong time, but yeah. Okay. And this should all just be magically great, perfect forever now. Like, this should be. Oh, that's a little. No, that's normal. We don't usually see that because it's usually in the background. But, alright, no, there's still like. They're still like. Going crazy sauce. Sometimes they're like standing still, and sometimes they're like. Going screaming past. And the screaming part is the correct way to go. Like the part where they stay relatively still, that's the part that's incorrect. But it's still happening. Still happening. How is that still happening? Oh, wait, maybe blit offset is not supposed to initialize to 0 here? No, it's not, is it? It's supposed to initialize to... What was it supposed to initialize to? Alright, we're getting there. They're not getting swept away by the river anymore. They are still standing stupid still. No, the XSplit from. XSplit from is supposed to initialize to XSplit. It's supposed to initialize to XSplit from. I should name these variables better. Maybe. Then it wouldn't be quite so confusing. But it's supposed to initialize to XSplit from. And then, wait, and then it changes to env_resume minus XSplit 2? No, that doesn't sound right. It's supposed to minus equal, or something like that. Or like plus equal. The difference between those two. Yeah. Plus equal. Yeah. Okay. Now it works. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not even gonna say that. I'm gonna see what it does. Is what I'm gonna do. Okay, so go to river, Excelsior, wander, village, bloop, and then so this might seem like kind of a long way to go just to add in like the little archery thing, but for one thing, I've been thinking about the archery thing for a while, and I want it, and I think it'll be cool. But then the other thing is, if I'm right, if the archery thing is cool, I think I'm probably gonna like. It's not gonna be the last of these things. Like, it's basically gonna be like so like I've thought of this game like in a very like so I describe it as like a tabletop MMO, right? I wanted to play like a tabletop RPG where like it's very story driven and it's about like adventure and it's very like it's a collaborative experience where like like the players influence the story as much as the GM does. Um, I don't feel like it had as much structure as it could have. Like it does have structure. Like the event system is like very fundamental, and it follows like a uh, a fixed and increasingly complex set of rules as to like how events work in this game. But sorry, those were the. All right, so I'm using the wrong value for the start of the adventures. Like they're disappearing too soon. Other than that, everything else seems to be going okay. Oh no! That's not a bug. That's not a bug. That's how it's actually supposed to work. Because the reason they were disappearing is because that's the anchor point. They're supposed to disappear at a certain point. And the only reason that looked weird is because I hid that layer. Normally they walk into a building, and the building was invisible, so it looked like they were just walking into nothing and disappearing. And it's actually working now. Yay! Yay! All right. Cool. So now I can re-enable that whole layer that I deactivated, and like so just for kicks, I'm gonna try wandering from the snow into the river just to test another one of those transitions. Snow. Should I use snow or should I use cave? Either one's fine. So go to. Actually, neither one is going to be an especially great test case, but whatever. Go to snow, and then wander to river. Yeah. So the reason I wanted to put in archery is because like no one seems to like. I don't know. I think people underestimate the event system. I think people. I think like I think the event system in this game could be like ridiculously stupid. Like I could have implemented it like just really dumb and stupid and in a way that like doesn't make any sense and no one cares about it and is just like you know lame. I didn't, but like people don't seem to assume that. The average person seems to assume that it's probably going to be really dumb. And like for one thing, like screw them, they're idiots and like but on the other hand, like they're not necessarily idiots. They're just like they don't have to be idiots. Like they they could be like non-idiot people. Um and I'd prefer that they be not idiot people. And the way that I can coerce them to stop being idiots is I don't know. I mean, it's mostly up to them, but like I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna try and like trick them into not being idiots. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Oh, that's not right. What was that about? What was that about? Look at that. That was weird. Why didn't we see that before? Is it just because the river goes in the opposite direction? I was ready to be done with these stupid bugs, but alright. I'm not a misanthrope. I feel obligated to point out. I just like I don't know. I put a lot of work into what I do, and I guess I just kind of resent that like a lot of people are like lazy, and so like wait, why is this commented out? Oh, this is still commented out. Wait, maybe that's why. Wait, no. Yeah, that would explain what we just saw. How did I? Huh. I keep leaving things commented out when I'm not supposed to, and like things aren't as broken as I expect they should be, which is weird. Like, why did it take me so long to realize that that important line of code was still commented out? Like, how did I make it through the first round of testing before noticing that? Um, all right, but no, I just I don't know. Like the idea that like a person should have to. Oh, we're running in the snow, so we can just say wander river. Yeah. So the idea that like people who actually like put effort in have to like accommodate like people who don't is such a ridiculous notion. Like people who are like pathetic like waste of human life. Again, I'm not a misanthrope, I swear. But like people who like hypothetically, if someone was a pathetic waste of human life, hypothetically, I'm not saying people are that way. I'm just saying hypothetically, if someone was, like, like I don't know, don't cater to those people. If someone's gonna be a pathetic waste of human life, like you can't stop them from being that, and you don't have to go out of your way to like help them be less of like a waste. I mean, if you want to, that's cool. You're a great person, but like, I guess what I'm trying to say is don't let them drag you down. Um, all right, so now this is gonna work just fine. No, no, it still doesn't work just fine, which is weird. Why isn't it working just fine now? Rrr. Rrr. Well, we're really close. we have, I think we have our important lines of code uncommented. So I'm guessing, does that even have anything to do with? I wonder if that even has anything to do with the big section that's missing, or if that's just a regular old bug with the transitions. Because I don't think I really tested that transition very much. I tested the transition in, I didn't test the transition out very much. So let's go back to env resume and like env break and all that good stuff. And where we're setting it, let's set it back up to 1920. 1920. Alright, so let's see, yeah, let's see how that transition looks when nothing's missing from the middle. So go to snow, Excelsior, wander river, Excelsior. Um, all right, this should help at least also show. Well, so the bug should still be happening, and if it's not happening, then we'll know where in code it is happening. No, no, the bug shouldn't happen anymore. Or will it? I don't know. I actually don't know. I can like so if the bug is still happening, then I don't know where it would happen. If the bug isn't happening anymore, then it would have to happen. Then it would have to be attributable to the to that second chunk, the chunk that well has been the source of like most of the problems that we've been experiencing so far. So maybe that is like the most likely solution. But uh, oh wait, is there a case that I'm not accounting for? No. Well, we'll see. We're like right at the transition. So is the water going to start disappearing? And if it is going to start disappearing, is it going to disappear all the way across the screen, or is it just going to disappear on one side of the screen? No, not going to disappear at all. Okay, so it's still whatever was happening there is still the fault of that little chunk. I mean, that little chunk is the most confusing chunk. And yeah. So Okay. So let's alright, so let's undo, 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 because it only really happens when we're doing the so the second chunk that I was talking about is the where is it? It is alright, so env next